Well, James, we'll come on to your 150 in a moment, but first of all, the state of the game, how do you see it at the end of day 3?
I think we're in for quite an exciting game, I think. They're obviously, 30 behind us still. They're showing good signs of spin. Jack bowled really nicely today. So I think it's going to be quite an exciting one.
Yeah, I mean, you could have a role tomorrow as well yourself, couldn't you?
Yeah, no, I guess, that could be an option, but I think it's definitely spinning more from the bottom end, so there's only room for one spinner then. But no, there was a bit of spin today down the hill.
When the play started, obviously you had to, first of all, try and get to Warwickshire's total and then try and go beyond it. What was the feeling in the dressing room at lunch when you were getting ever closer, and was there a temptation to try and perhaps accelerate a little bit more than you did?
I don't think it was ever really on our radar accelerating much faster during that period. I thought we played that middle session. I'm racking my brains now trying to think what it was, but I think we played it. I think we only lost one wicket in the middle session maybe, and I think that was our objective, just to try and keep them out there for as long as possible. We obviously probably left 100 runs out there still in that innings, but I think we went about that middle session very well, and it just maybe just had a little cluster at the end which we missed out on, but I don't think there was any chat about trying to be too much faster in the middle.
You seem to bat very serenely, you look quite calm out there. There were very few chances in that innings. There was one just past the slip just before lunch and things, but other than that you were looking in good control. Yeah,
I think that's one of the parts of my game that I'm not work hard on, but I think is one of the things that I guess makes me, or I think is one of my super strengths, is being calm and being able to forget things pretty quickly and move on. I think that's what I try and look like that. Sometimes I don't feel too calm, but I'm glad it gives off that perception.
Century's now in back-to-back matches and a decent knock in the second dig at Durham as well. So you must be seeing it like a beach ball.
Yeah, it helps with this kookaburra rounds there. It's not offering as much for the seamers, but I'm feeling pretty good off the back of a pretty decent start to the T20 campaign. And I guess it's the same ball, just a different colour. So I'm happy how it's going.
Yeah, that's an interesting kind of point about it. Is how do you, as someone who is involved in everything, how do you switch between the formats so easily?
Well, I don't know if it's easy, but to be fair, the Durham game I went into it feeling a fraction maybe underdone. Didn't really think I was too ready for the game, but luckily I guess that maybe made me switch on a little bit harder. So, it's just a matter of hitting some more balls, talking a little bit more, trying to think about processes, watching more videos. That's about it really.
You had a lot of good partners out there today, and that's the important thing as well. When you're putting together an innings like yours of 150, that stands out on the scorecard. Although obviously Dan Hughes pipped you by one in the end, but to have those partnerships, to be talking out in the middle, that's really crucial to get the team into a good position. Yeah,
no, exactly. I think Finn played really nicely again today, and Dan obviously this morning played out exceptionally. I don't think we lost a wicket in the first session, and that was perfect. That was how we wanted to go about it. It's just a shame they didn't get. It wasn't their day today to kick on, but it always helps me, I think, because it just calms everything down if there's not a cluster of wickets. That was good. And
just a word on Dan Ibrahim actually, because obviously he's come back into the team and he's scored runs, big century last week as well. I think you two are the two youngest Sussex debutants out there batting together, so a real sign of the progress that youth players have made at the club and coming through the ranks, but also a good sign that Dan's been able to come back in and do well, just coming straight back in.
Yeah, no, we get on really well, so I'm absolutely chuffed that he's first got the opportunity and then secondly taking it the way he's done. He's fitted in like he belonged, as we all knew he would. I'm really chuffed with how he's gone.
And then finally tomorrow, might be a little bit of rain around, but just ignoring that, let's say there's a full day's play, early wickets. I mean, that's pretty much the order of the day really, I suppose.
Yeah, exactly. I think just try and get the wickets as quick as possible. Luckily there's a short edge, so I feel like we're pretty comfortable chasing whatever in much time. hopefully it's going to be an exciting day.
Well, funnily enough, just to bring you back to that, because I remember a few years ago Dan Ibrahim actually hit the winning runs in a game against Derbyshire when Sussex hadn't had a championship win in a year or two, and on that occasion Sussex had been set a target through a declaration, I think, and that was a real sort of baseball style chase, which was finished off by Dan, set up earlier in the day. You're possibly therefore then expecting something similar. You're expecting maybe something, you might end up looking at something like six and over, something like that.
Yeah, I'd imagine that would probably be what it would be like, but obviously you don't know how they're going to play tomorrow, don't know how we're going to bowl, so I guess we'll have to wait and see.
So it's all set up for an exciting one.
Exactly.
James, well done today, and thank you very much.
Cheers. Thanks.